2 weeks notice in writing. My very first job was working fast food at Wendy's. I was 16, and most of my coworkers were also teenagers. There was always work to be done. If you have time to lean, you have time to clean. But working afternoons, evenings with a bunch of teens, there was also plenty of fucking around. Work wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't really that bad either. It was tolerable. Then we got a new manager. This guy was in his 40s, and he was a lifer. He was super strict, and was not about having fun at work at all. Unfortunately, I quickly became his favorite work vessel, because I was easier to control than some of my coworkers. He leaned heavily on me to pick up the slack that the others left. It got real old, real fast. Why should I work more than everybody else? For the same pay? Why should I be stuck doing more tasks than my coworkers, who get to continue to goof off? I voiced my concerns to the manager, but nothing changed. He was usually busy hiding in the office, with the mirrored glass window, just watching everybody. He'd only surface on occasion to tell me to work harder, and give everybody else a free pass. Eventually, I had enough. One day, I marched into his office, and demanded that either I get a raise, or for him to hold everybody else to the same standards. He didn't go for that. I told him to consider that conversation my 2 weeks notice then. He said he needed that in writing. I ripped a sheet of paper out of a notebook on his desk and wrote some along the lines of, "This is my 2 weeks notice. Name." I walked outside his office, spit on the paper, and stuck it to his mirrored glass window. He could look at it all he wanted that way. I felt amazing. For the next 2 weeks, the manager kept letting me know that it wasn't too late to change my mind about quitting. He kept alluding to a raise, but never actually offered it. Should have said, "Sure, I've changed my mind and will stay." Then on the last day, "No, I'm not staying." I never said I would in writing, right? Quote. Good for you. That's great. Ah, yes. Yet another reminder that people quit bosses, not jobs. 2 weeks notice as a courtesy, not a requirement. He leaned heavily on me. If you have time to lean, you have time to clean. He way overestimated his ability to influence. Spitting on and sticking the notice was badass 1000. My favorite line that I've picked up from someone on Reddit is, "For the next 2 weeks you're gonna notice I'm not here. When you know the bridge is burned, you have nothing to lose but your chains." Hate it when managers prey on people instead of lift them up. My first real job was Wendy's, and I loved my boss. Whenever we opened together, she would give me a piece of freshly cooked bacon. Back then, I was so poor, I couldn't even afford a half-priced meal. That piece of bacon was sheer heaven for me. Your last line. He kept alluding to a raise, but never actually offered it. Shows just how right you were to quit. My sister worked at a Wendy's as a teenager. When she quit, her manager told her, "You'll be back." She didn't go back. In fact, she makes $100K a year now. Last time we visited our hometown, he was still working at the same restaurant 30 years later. What a knob. Hope you kept sticking that bit of paper back up every shift, with a countdown. 2 weeks notice is optional. You could quit whenever you want. You absolutely do not owe any job 2 weeks notice, especially a customer service job, a retail job, or a food service job. If the manager sucks, just leave. He kept alluding to a raise. Yeah, I'm going to need that in writing. Your company would likely pack your shit the day you weren't needed. If they treat you bad, you fire them, no notice. You resign effective immediately, and you use your friend as a reference who happened to be your supervisor at that job. I put my 2 weeks notice in by giving my boss a sympathy card that said sorry for your loss. My last day is. And you worked out that 2 weeks. Like a splinter in his thumb. Angry open mouth smile. I relate to this so hard. I was team lead, that was getting paid less than people who were constantly on their phones and were otherwise no good at their job, who got raises when they said they were going to quit. I worked twice as hard as them, received 2 promotions that my pay did not reflect, and frequently got saddled with the work other managers didn't want to do. I put in my 2-week notice and my boss never even acknowledged it to my face. My job after that, though, I got another 2 promotions there with big jumps in my pay, and the job was much more flexible and cared a lot more about the staff. So I'm glad they didn't try to keep me at the first place. He kept alluding to a raise, but never actually offered it. That's exactly it. He was trying to keep you as long as he could without actually doing anything. That would be all the more reason to leave a place like that. I mean, if you spit on a paper and stuck it on a window, I wouldn't expect a good reference from those guys. So there's no reason to give the 2 weeks rather than just walking out.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.